I appreciate your patience as we finish setting everything up this morning. Once again, good morning. Welcome to the honorees, the parents, the guests, and the student body today to today's 3.5 assembly. I'd like to take a moment to recognize a couple special guests that are here that are not on the stage. Mr. Eddie Kendall, Assistant Superintendent for the Port Huron Area School District, and Dr. Sue Sharma, Director of Instruction for the Port Huron Area School District. Also, thank you to the custodial staff for the setup and how nice the gym looks. I know you put a lot of time into this. Thank you. Thank you to the senior chair, Holly Eschenberg, for the decorations on the stage. Also, thank you to Countryside Meats and Hewlett's Cornman for helping with the decorations in the gym. Now, honorees, parents, guests, faculty, and students, please stand as I invite the Port Huron Northern Concert Choir up to the front to sing America the Beautiful.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you to our choir. Thank you to Mr. Dennis Houghton for leading the choir. And welcome to Port Huron Northern's 26th Annual Academic Award Assembly. Today's assembly honors Northern's most successful academic students. These young men and women have distinguished themselves by maintaining a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or higher. As we honor these young men and women, it is important to recognize two very important groups. Could all Port Huron Northern staff members please rise? Please give them a round of applause. Equally important in this venture with our students, could all parents please rise? Give them a round of applause. I would like to introduce the guests on our platform this morning. Our guest speaker is Mr. David Getz, Director of SC4 Foundation, SC4 Alumni, and the Red Wings alumni. Ms. Vicki Letzworth is the President of the Greater Blue Water Chamber of Commerce. Mrs. Ann Murphy is a trustee of the Board of Education as well as a former Port Huron Northern teacher and administrator. Mr. Ron Willeen is our Port Huron Area School District Superintendent. Mr. Ben Brock, Mrs. Duman, and myself. We are the assistant principals here at Port Huron Northern. This is a We are proud to say that this is a student-led assembly with 3 chairs that put the whole program together. Our senior is Holly Eschenberg, junior Maddie Price, and sophomore Thomas Mullally with their legion of volunteers that helped out. And a very special thank you to Mrs. Judy Wilton, who oversaw the facilitation of the entire assembly and brunch. Now it gives me great pleasure to present this year's Junior Assembly Chair, Maddie Price.
Good morning and welcome. The Academic Award Assembly recognizes those students who have demonstrated academic excellence by maintaining a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or above throughout their high school career. This year, at the 26th Annual Academic Award Assembly, we are proud to honor 277 students. Of this number, 116 sophomores, juniors, and seniors are being recognized for the first time and will be awarded pins to signify their academic excellence. 76 juniors and seniors who received pins at last year's assembly and who have maintained a 3.5 or above for the past 2 years are now being awarded Port Huron Northern academic letters, embroidered with the lamp of knowledge. Finally, 77 members of the class of 2011, having maintained that cumulative 3.5 or above for the past 3 years, are receiving gold bars to be pinned to their academic letters. Representing the Chamber of Commerce this morning is Ms. Vicki Ledsworth, President of the Greater Port Huron Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
Good morning. Our children's academic success is supported by families, teachers, and community. Joining us this morning are many parents and family members. The more families support their children's learning and educational progress, the better their children do in school and the more likely they are to continue their education. Teachers encourage academic success by playing a supportive role, creating a culture of respect and acceptance with students, and by developing critical parent-teacher relationships. On behalf of the Blue Water Area Chamber of Commerce, made up of 380 businesses, nonprofit organizations, hospitals, churches, and local governments, for 26 years have provided these academic pins, bars, and letters that will be distributed to the honorees today. Because we see the direct connection between a community's academic success and its economic success. The students being recognized here this morning are being honored on past academic achievement from last school year. For those students who are watching the program instead of participating in it, you have the opportunity at this early stage in the school year to encourage the relationship and communication between your family and the school, to take an active role in your community, whether it's through a church or a scouting organization or a nonprofit that fulfills your passion. You won't ever receive rewards in life by simply being a bystander. You can only accept the awards if you've been an active participant. Congratulations to the students, the families, and faculty that are participating in today's program. Thank you.
Thank you again to Mrs. Vicki Ledsworth. It is now my great honor to introduce our guest speaker. He's the figurehead to our community who graduated here from Port Huron Northern in 1980. After becoming a Husky, he attended St. Clair County Community College and later earned his master's degree in clinical psychology from Central Michigan University. becoming a nationally certified psychologist. His name is Mr. David Getz. Mr. Getz is currently the Director of College Advancement Foundation and Alumni Relations from SC4, the clinical consultant at the Blue Water Center for Christian Counseling, and the business manager for the Detroit Red Wings alumni and the Sean Burr Foundation. You may also know him as a husband or a father to 3 daughters who have also attended Port Huron Northern. When not spending time with his family, Mr. Getz enjoys watching and playing hockey, biking, reading, golfing, and volunteering throughout the community. Personally, I have always known Mr. Getz to be encouraging, positive, and always willing to help out with anything that will benefit other people and the community. This is reinforced by his own personal mission statement, which is, true success is measured in the lives you have positively changed, not the things you have obtained. So please welcome Mr. David Getz.
Well, good morning. What a great way to start a Monday morning. Give it up for the Huskies. Hey, what a great time to come out. Let's hear it. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Certainly, I'd like to congratulate all those of you who've obtained 3.5. This is an honor for you as students, but also for your parents, the teachers, the administration, and the faculty and staff that are behind you. What I would like to start off today with a couple of points, and we're going to be brief. We're going to cover 3. Everybody put up your finger, number 1. Life on a roll. I have a little prop. A toilet roll, that is. Now, Mr. Mossett doesn't know this. I'm going to go somewhere that says Chip and Ron, so don't worry. They won't invite Getz again, but at least I got one shot. Okay. When you look at your life, it's like a roll of toilet paper. Your average life experience, and this will be used later by other people, but not for throwing on trees, boys and girls, men and women. If an average life expectancy is 80 years, and you look at it like a football game, you got about 4 quarters. For those of you here today between the age of 14 and 18, you're basically coming near the end of the first quarter, right? So if this doesn't fall off, we'll be in good shape, okay? For those of you who are a little older, or to help my self-esteem, more mature, closing in on a half a century, my life, and those of you, many of your parents in here, is represented by a shorter roll. And boy, doesn't it seem like it comes down quicker the second half? All right, I'm probably in the middle to the end of the third quarter. But when you look at your life and your academic experiences here, I can remember sitting under that sign, Port Huron Northern Fight Song, in homeroom in 1976 through 1980. My homeroom teacher was, many of you will remember, former principal, Mr. Craig Dowkey. Yep, give it up for Mr. Dowkey, that's right. Mr. Dowkey at the time was just a young teacher, also one of my coaches here at Northern for freshman basketball, along with John Haas. There's people in your life that can make a big difference, and that's one thing you want to remember, that you take time to thank the people you need to thank. One of those to start off with is your teachers. The second is the administration. These folks dedicate their life here to make a positive difference in your life. And one thing you don't want to forget is to thank the people who helped you. So on the count of 3, you want to say, thank you, Mom and Dad. I want to hear it loud because I know you can talk loud, okay? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Boy, that was really lame. Are they usually this quiet, Mr. Mossett? Oh. He said you were quiet, so let's just blow the socks off this place on the count of 3. 1 to 3, thank you, Mom and Dad. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mom and Dad. A little better. We got to do it better one more time. One more time. This is a 45-minute speech otherwise, so let's get it done quicker. All right? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mom and Dad. That's better. Don't forget who helped to get you here to get you on the roll. Okay? Point number 1 is life on a roll. Point number 2, I brought something else with me. It's an Husky egg. Now Mr. Mossett is really nervous. How's the cleaning crew? We'll find out. Okay. It's hard-boiled for a reason. This is called your core, your character. You will have things in life that hit you. The egg's cracked. It didn't go all over the stage for a reason. Number 1, I didn't want to get thrown out of here. Number 2, it's hard-boiled. When you look at your value system, no matter what job you do in your life, whether you're a teacher, whether you're an administrator, whether you're a bricklayer, a welder, whether you're working in a small business, a part of hopefully a Chamber of Commerce, a nice job that Vicki Lutzworth does here to support you folks, everybody's equally important. But when it comes down to it, your value system makes a difference on who you are. As an employer, when I hire people, I hire them for one thing and one thing only: character. Frankly, your education's important, but the world is dying by degrees. Okay? I want you to get a good education. SC4, by the way, I put a little plug in here, is a good place to start, right? There's a lot of other good universities. You need a core education, but more importantly, you need a good value system. Your morals, your values, your ethics, your loyalty, how hard you work, following through with what you say, your reliability, that's what makes a difference. Because you'll have stresses that come in your life, things you can't control. Some of you kids have gone through parents who've had a divorce, the death of a parent or a grandparent. You've gone through disappointments. Any guy in here ever have a girl turn you down on a date besides me? That happened to me when I was in 9th grade here. More than once. All right? A little hard on the self-image, but you work through that. But as you get through those tough times, whether people talk behind your back, and hopefully none of you are doing that in this school, all right? You need to build each other up. That's what it's all about. Being an encourager is an important part of your responsibility, and to thank the people that mean a lot to you. A couple of other things I'd like to say is this. These life experiences you're building now will carry you into your future. Some great things can happen here. For me, I was very blessed with some great teachers and some great coaches. Mr. Bates had a big influence on my life in a positive way. Mr. Hanton, Mr. Pike, Mr. Young. The list is very long. I actually met the love of my life here. Lori Getz, who's sitting out there, who Lori Lindsay doesn't want me to embarrass her. You see where you are, buy me old homeroom sign. She said, don't do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right? Your relationship you make in high school can help you the rest of your life. Don't forget the relationships. Your whole life, when all of a sudden done, your record's in the book, it's not how much money you make, it's how many lives that you touch. It's all about the relationships that you make and making an impact on other people. My last point here, number 3, no props with it, okay? I like Stephen Covey. He talks about the 7 habits of highly effective people. I'm only going to talk about 2 of those 7 habits in the interest of time. Habit number 2, begin with an end in mind. Have a plan. How many of you in here have a GPS? How many of you have ever read a map? How many of you would get in the car and drive somewhere without a destination? Unfortunately, I see too many people living their lives that way. If you're going to Florida on spring break, or the Bahamas, or you're going to St. Clair, Michigan, most of you have an idea where you're headed, but you need a map to help get you there. So in your academic future, begin with your end in mind. Even if you're not 100% sure what career you want to pursue, if you have an end in mind, I want to get a bachelor's degree, I want to get a master's degree, I want to get an associate's degree in X, things will sort themselves out. But have a goal, have a vision, have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, there's one saying a coach of mine said, and he was very correct, as we prepared for a game. He said, Dave, team, if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. Have a plan, stick to that, and follow through. My final point is this, habit number 5. In our society today, I think we have a lot of people who are very me-focused. That's unfortunately the way the media presents itself to us, and oftentimes what we tend to do as students as well as adults. I'm going to challenge you to think of life differently. Seek first to understand others before you want to be understood. It's very important to get out of yourself and think of somebody else. I have a close friend right now who's dying of cancer. He's 51. The first thing he told me, Dave, is, boy, did I make a difference in making a difference in somebody's life? That's what he's asking right now. He's not asking how much money he made, what kind of car he's got, how big his house is. He's asking me a question, did he make a difference? But when you seek to understand other people and you want to give something back, that's what it's all about. And your last thing I'm going to have to say is this. A friend of mine, Mitch Album, came to a speech here a few years ago. He talked about one thing. Giving is living. Let's do that in a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Giving is living. Well, it's still kind of lame. You're warming up a little bit. Not enough Tim Hortons, not enough caffeine, not enough Mountain Dew. Let's do it one more time. Giving is living. That's the third point. I strongly encourage you as young adults here to get involved in great things like you have here. Key Club, okay? Kiwanis Key Club. Get involved in your community. I'm a part of Rotary. I used to be an optimist. I work with the SC4 Foundation, very blessed to be a part of great leaders in this community that I'm just a guy in the background who are serving, making a difference, giving scholarships for students. Okay, I work with the Red Wing alumni. It's a lot of fun with those hockey players, but what I like best is helping to see us write checks and give money away to worthwhile organizations. It's all about making a difference. Making a difference means giving of yourself, thinking of someone besides yourself. In a closing thought I have today, I just want to thank all of you for making a difference. You're fine young men and young women. When I look across this room, and many of you I know, our future is in good hands. You should be very proud of yourselves today, as I am proud of you. Congratulations to all the 3.5 award winners. Congratulations to the leadership of your school district here with Mr. Wallin, and certainly with your principal, Mr. Mossad, and all the people who went to part of making this program a success today. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you to Mr. Getz for those inspiring words. On behalf of Port Huron Northern, we would like to present you with this gift in appreciation for your contribution.
Thank you. That's nice. Thank you.
Mr. Mossad and Mrs. Murphy will now present the sophomores with their awards.
Audience, please hold your applause until all the names are read. Thank you. We're ready. Mrs. Murphy has asked that I remove the toilet paper, so we did. All right, Rachel Ankley. Aaron Armstrong. Nicole Bachman. Jennifer Bailey. Donovan Barnes. Eric Beebe. Bethany Bell. Lindsay Bellinger. Ryan Barra. Brooke Biga. Mikhail Bingham. James Boland. Avery Bolt. Alyssa Borovich. Jenna Brett Schneider. Taylor Bringard. David Brown. Gabrielle Brown. Ray Borzovich. Brittany Carmichael. Nancy Cassidy. Colin Christensen. Jonathan Collins. Aaron Cravens. Anna Cusack. Carson Day. Riley Deland. Tyler DeLang. Christopher Dion. Trevor Drulia. Chase Duncan. Casey Falco. Matthew Fernandez. Miguel Ferry. Amy Finkel. Sierra Friend. Aaron Gallagher. James Gillette. Abby Godwin. Blake Golding, Megan Grady, Trace Grain, Sarah Hall, Jackson Harmer, Nicole Hartfill, Patrick Hartson, Chloe Heine, Miranda Hensey, Emma Hill, Kirsten Hill, Amanda Holderby, Aaron Johnson, Taylor Johnson, Kenneth Judge, Emily Kearns, Rachel Kolar, Adrian Coppinger, Caitlin Lawson, Nick Mahaffey, Kelly McClellan, Alex McMath, Melissa Mertz, Carly Miller, Dominique Molinaro, Andrew Moore, Matthew Morris, Thomas Mullally, Jacob Murfin, Prathia Muthavindayam, Kayla Napora, Maddie Neaton, Lauren O'Hare, Lindsay Osaski, Riley Paulus, James Pospichel, Alicia Rabine, Jimmy Raditz, Alex Ramalis, Thomas Rothenhauser, Alyssa Robotham, Shaker Saman, Marjorie Scramlin, Alexandria Shell, Lonnie Sherbach, Jasmine Shimkus, Adam Slingerland, Katie Smith, Tanya Snover, Savion Sansonath, Aaron Stockwell, Scott Stoken, Rachel Sullivan, Summer Swinson, Taylor Thomas, Christine Tramsky, John Vanderhoovel, Dennis Van Loo, Van Verprian, Emily Victor, Aaron Weber, Brianna Wilkins, Kylie Winningham, Tyler Wright, Congratulations to the class of 2013. Great job, students. And at this time, I would ask that Mr. Brock and Mrs. Dooman step forward to hand out the junior awards.
Please hold your applause until the end. Alexandra Ainsworth, Matthew Allen, Jenna Angie, Emmanuel Avellino, Jessica Baker, Justin Beatrice, Jessica Bond, Brandy Bowman, David Brown, Matt Brown, Lauren Buck, Ashlyn Callender, Ben Cantwell, Caitlin Carley, Paula Carmichael, Michael Child, Jordan Clark, David Clive, Lauren Culp, Brooke Curtis, Rachel Cuthbertson, Carly Delinsky, Lakyra Duncan, Latasha Duncan, Maximilian Angler, Hannah Epley, Madison Forbes, Demery Foltz, Jimmy Glombowski, Caitlin Green, Michael Greer, Hannah Griffin, Sarah Haight, Benjamin Haynes, Lindsay Helton, Brittany Hill, Kira Jevons, Andrea Kelly, Kirsten Kelly, Ellie Kircher, Rachel King, Jesse Klaus, Christina Kampf, Kevin Cordes, Stephanie Curtis, Alex Langoff, Paul LeVay, Trevor Ling, William Lobb, Megan Loftus, Rodney Moss, Emily Markopoulos, Jacob Maxwell. Connor McCalman. Emily McDonald. Garrett McPhail. Ishan Mehta. Alyssa Napolitan. May Overholt. Quentin Picklehop. Christina Plager. Megan Prax. Madeline Price. Sage Reinhard. Alexandra Richmond. Tori Roach. Samantha Rolls. David Schultz. Lindsay Sheridan. Pete Smith. Taylor Sweeney. Claire Thomas. Jack Thompson. Tyler Thompson. Katie Thrushman. Evan Tim. Nithan Tuma. Shelby Weiss. Jamie Westrick. Bryn Wormlinger. Jordan Wormlinger. Please give it up for the junior class winners. Mrs. Bartle and Mr. Willeen will now give the senior awards.
Hey, it gives me great honor to name the seniors who have maintained a 3.5 cumulative grade point average through these years. Ms. Vicki Ledsworth and Mr. Willeen will assist us with handing out the awards. Sam Aguanaga. Bianca Algus Morogi. Gabrielle Armstrong. Aaron Austin. Caitlin Barber. Nicholas Baxter. Raquel Bayless. Trent Beebe. Callie Bradley. Emily Soseski. Tyler Corrigan. Michelle Dancy. Alicia David. Tracy Dewey. Tessa Dupes. Holly Eschenberg. Brittany Fagan. Dylan Forrest. Nicole Jenna. Patrick Godwin. Lexi Getz. Skylar Goodrich. Kelsey Green. Olivia Haryu. Elizabeth Harvey. Eric Hill. Wade Holcomb. Heather Holderby. Sarah Hughes. Caitlin Hunt. Elizabeth Hurd. Nikki Jameson. Georgia Ray Jones. Nicholas Kirby. Hannah Crone. Andrea Langoff. Robert Langoff. Taylor Langoff. Megan Lindsay. Sean Locke. Chet Lucas. Emily Macbeth. Ariel McDonald. Ron Mackinson. Keegan Makowski. Danielle Masterton. Melissa McCracken. Mitch McFedrin. Marissa McTaggart. Leah Myers. Andrea Matrink. Samantha Minarski. Ann Moore. Kathleen Mullally. Jeremy Myers. Alexander Nelson. Paul Novato. Brittany Petho. Guy Pickering. Chantel Rando. Maya Rankin. Jacqueline Richard. Laura Richard. Corey Rogers. Ashley Schrader. Claire Sikori. Austin Shell. Morgan Smith. Tyler Smith. Maria Sufis. Olivia Sufis. Carly Sullivan. Natalie Todd. Emily Zen. Sarah Tynan. Lauren Vandenbosch. Kara Ward. Carly Warwick. Tyler Wessel. Barb Wheeler. Austin Zimmer. Congratulations, senior class. Our sophomore chair, Tom Mullally, will now introduce our 2010 foreign exchange students.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce Ingrid Spanes from Norway, Magdalena Geppel from Australia, Sophie Kanesh from Germany, Nana Jensen from Denmark, and Kai Okada from Japan. Thank you.
Hei, jeg heter Ingrid. Jeg er 16 år, og jeg kommer fra Trondheim, Norge. Hello, my name is Ingrid. I am 16 years old, and I'm from Trondheim, Norway. Dear teachers, dear peers, and dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank my amazing host family, the Meggs family, for letting me and Sophie into your home and for showing us love and hospitality. Secondly, I want to thank all of you for letting me be a part of your community, to be a part of your school, and to be your friend. As I said, I am from Norway, a country where only lives 4.9 million people, and from a city where live 200,000 people. My city is 1,013 years old, and it was from my hometown that Viking Leif Erikson started when he first went to America. My city is also known for its beautiful cathedral. It's the biggest one in Northern Europe, actually, and it's been existing since the Viking ages. A thing that surprised me about the US is the eating habits. I'm not used to eating out, and in Norway you only eat out like once or twice a month. And I'm also used to eating fish a lot. Fish is one of our main incomes, and we eat fish like at least twice a week, and I love fish, so that surprised me. I'm also used to a lot colder weather. In the summer it gets to like about 60 Fahrenheit in Norway, and in the winter it gets down to 40 below. No matter how cold it is, we still go to school, and we still have to be at school, and the kids still play outside. At a Norwegian island called Svalbard, which is located in the Barents Sea, that's like probably more north than Alaska, we have polar bears. I've been at this island once, and I actually saw one of them. It was pretty cool. Sometimes the polar bears get a bit too close to the humans, so people there carry guns around with them to protect themselves. I want to end this speech by once more saying thank you to everybody that has made the last 2 months in Port Huron to the best months of my life, and I want to thank all of you for your love and hospitality. Go Huskies.
Guten Morgen alle miteinander. Ich heiße Maggie, bin 16 Jahre alt und komme aus Österreich. That was German for good morning everybody. My name's Maggie, I'm 16 years old and I come from Austria. That's a small country in Central Europe. Michigan is even bigger. My hometown is near Vienna, the capital city of Austria. It is famous for its huge monastery, which is more than 1,000 years old, and a lot of tourists visit it every year. I live with my parents, and I've got 2 half-siblings. My elder sister Babsi is 28 and always traveling around. She's my biggest role model. My elder brother Martin is studying math at the University of Vienna, so he is not living with me at home either. If I ask North Americans what they think of if they hear Austria, most of the time they respond sound of music, mountains and walls, if they know Austria at all. But there's a lot more to experience. Just come and visit me. I've experienced a lot here, but I guess the one thing that surprised me most was that Americans don't use public transportation at all. Everybody just needs to have a car to be able to move as he or she wants to. In Europe, taking the train or bus or subway is so much more convenient. I wish that people in the US would do that too. Not only because you could be more independent without a car, but also because I think that it would be so much better for the environment. I always get asked if I miss my home. And all I can answer is yes. I sure miss my friends and my family a little bit, but people here made me feel so welcome. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna miss all the students and my friends that I already made, and the friends I'm gonna make even more. I really want to thank my great host family, Dan, Mary, Deidre, and especially Kirsten Kelly, for letting me be part of their life and for all the good times we already had together. I'm never gonna forget anybody or anything here. Thank you.
Guten Morgen, mein Name ist Sophie Gnech und ich komme aus Deutschland. Good morning, everybody. My name is Sophie Gnech and I am from Germany. I live in a city as big as Port Huron, probably, near Bonn. That's in the western part of my home country. Back home, I have a 14-year-old sister named Annika. My dad's name is Fredo. He's 44 years old and in the German army. He has also been to Afghanistan to help there. My mom's name is Luba and she's originally from Russia. She's an amazing cook. First of all, I want to thank my host family, the Max, and my exchange sister Ingrid, who opened their home to give me this great opportunity to experience this year with them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you've done for me so far. The 3 months I've been here were so different from what I've known. For example, the school system. My school has around 1,300 students, and our classes are not mixed up between the grades. Until 10th grade, our sophomore class, we stay in the same class together with the same people. We have 12 grades, so when I come back, I have to take 2 more years of school, and then I want to study medicines. After school, I used to be in a fencing club and in a Japanese class in the evenings. Furthermore, I love to listen to music, to draw, and to hang out with my friends, but who does not love those things? Right now, I'm really looking forward for the winter. We nearly never have snow, and I'm so excited to build a snowman that's actually bigger than me. Something that really surprised me about America is that the ice cream is really, really good. It's always said to be that the Italian ones are the best, but I seriously have to disagree with that now. But the best thing until now was that I got so comfortable in such a short time with my host family. It feels more like I'm visiting old friends. Well, thank you for listening. Have a great day and go Huskies!
Hej, my name is Nana. Oh, sorry. Hej, mit navn er Nana. Jeg er 15 år og en udviklingsstudent fra Danmark. Hi, my name is Nana. I'm 15 years old and I'm an exchange student from Denmark. In contrast from American schools, in Denmark we get number grades and we're allowed to go home for lunch. Actually, one of my friends went home and she didn't go back, but nothing really happened because the rules are just different in Denmark. But if you guys think Port Huron is a small town, you're crazy, because my hometown is a third of Port Huron. While being here, I have experienced funny, weird, crazy things, like TPing, car wash, apple picking, homecoming, Halloween. I love being here and experience new and funny things every day, and I know it's a part of making this year an experience for life. Thank you for listening and have a great day. Go Huskies!
こんにちは。私の名前は岡田海です。私は日本の大阪という町から来ました。よろしくお願いします。Good morning, Huskies. My name is Kai Okada. I'm from a city called Osaka in Japan. I'm 17 years old, and in Japan, I live with my mother and our 6 dogs and 2 cats. I love sports and watching TV, hanging out with my friends, and a lot of other things. I was in the choir, Japanese tea ceremony club, and Japanese fencing club in Japan. Japan is a country of 127 million people, and Osaka is the second busiest city. Since Japanese people idolize Americans, you can see a lot of things that you see here back in Japan. But there are some things that are very different. For example, in Japan, you see people wearing kimono, the traditional garment of Japan, and how we often go to hot springs. Hot springs are like social bathtubs where people can mingle. Yeah, Yeah, literally. They go and just sit in the bathtub with other people. Yep. The thing I was most surprised about the United States was how the school spirit is so alive. My Japanese school had a football team, but no one really went to their games. So I was surprised and also impressed how the students encourage each other and cheer for one another. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank my host mom, dad, and 6 brothers and sisters for welcoming me into their warm home and letting me take their time and care. Thank you, everyone, for giving me the best present of my life. Now I would like to show you some of the movements from Japanese fencing.
Thank you to the exchange students. Great job. We always enjoy listening to what you have to say. Next, I think the student body here in the gym today deserves a huge round of applause for their attentiveness this morning. And before we finish off, one more congratulations to our 3-5 students. Congratulations, great job, and keep up the good work. Thank you to the parents for coming this morning. I invite you to a reception in the cafeteria immediately following this event. I'm going to ask that the students in the bleachers please stay seated, and I will invite the families and the award recipients to the cafeteria at this time. Students, please stay seated. Students in the bleachers, please stay seated.